Uh, Good evening, and welcome to SpeedGaming 3. We've got the Link to the Past Randomizer League Open League tonight with Week 7 Co-op Randomizer. It's the final night, and we've got the Uncle Routers, represented by Orange and Breadcoon on the left. We've got Link Floyd, represented by TJ and Jettoman on the right. My name is Zeke, and joining me in the booth today is a Radical Sniper 99. How's it going, my friend?
Yo, Zeke. Just doing some last-minute little alterations here to make sure everything looks and sounds amazing. But it looks like we're about to get going. I see those timers going down on Bread's side, and here we go.
We've got... Co-op Randomizer's a fun one for this. That's a fire rod, isn't it?
It's either blue or red, and it's always hard to tell.
Well, I will say I know that Orange is glad to see that. I do know he tracks when he has to last locate that, so he's probably glad to see that. Is that a... There's a BMOS blocking the vision! And as these runners start off, we do have... This match does matter for some playoff seeding, doesn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, what we can say is that all four of these runners, both of these teams are in the playoffs. I believe we just had a race finish up a little bit earlier today in the Open League that did make sure that Link Floyd did get a playoff spot, but this is a seeding matchup. There's still a chance for Uncle Routers to take the division, and so division winner does matter a ton, because that is a bye for the division winner here in the Open League. And for the other side of that, it is a question of, who you're going to play in that first round.
It's true. And we're going into the castle with the fire rod and the lamp from the Uncle play. So, hopefully things are killable with fire rod. And quickly with fire rod. Most things are. Meanwhile, TJ and Bread are our dedicated representatives to Kakariko Village first. It is nice to get a lamp early in an Randomizer seed. It takes out a lot of that fear in dark rooms. I keep holding the wrong button. So it's we're getting guaranteed bombs out of that rock next to the fortune teller. And here in Blind's hideout, we've got the ice rod.
Trinex is no scary boss anymore.
Did we get a glove and a hook shot in the castle? That front escape is loaded.
I was gonna say, I looked away for a second.
The gloves in Blind's out, but we got the hook shot down in Zelda's cell.
Okay. I mean, all the dangerous bosses are just not dangerous now, We usually, when we're talking about co-op Randomizer, the question is, can I kill Argus? Can I kill Cold Stare? Can I kill Trinex? Yes, yes, and yes.
Funny enough, there's actually one boss we still can't kill.
I mean, yes.
But
yeah, there's still some bosses we can't kill.
It's Moldorm.
Yeah, Moldorm, unfortunately, is probably one of the oddly limited bosses. We just don't think about it because it's Sword and Hammer are the only two. And right, the other bosses have options. Yeah, and that's a Pearl.
Pearl, armor, guard barracks.
When is it not? Like, I feel like... I will say, we've seen some tame chicken huts this week, but, eventually we had to see something like that.
I think mine earlier had a guard barracks, but those were the other day. I don't remember. All I know is that house is terrifying sometimes.
Yeah. I think one of mine was a terrifying guard barrack, and then in a different one, my partner said, it's vanilla.
I remember having some of those in practice, too. So, back of escape, we got the small key in the middle, and we get nothing.
Junk.
But, hey, you have access to the back of escape. You're just going to go to the back of escape.
Of course. And you are seeing the fact that, like, you know, Orange does have that that lamp, so it does have the vision cone, but really heads up saying, you know what, I still want a light, because what you really get worried about in this is what you don't see.
I think everybody here has... I think both of us have had more than our fair share of rollers and escape.
Yes. You know, those are the, you know, it's the stuff just outside, and you can't see it, but you know it's there.
Link Floyd switching places to get the stuff that their teammates have found.
Yeah, and it looks like Bread's actually going to delay a little bit on doing that Hyrule Castle play for Hook and whatnot. So,
as strong as the Hook is, it's not the most important thing to pick up at this time. It doesn't unlock anything until you... Actually, it would get you access to the mountain, but it's more important at this point to get the information. And those are flippers. Red finds flippers in the floodgate. That Beamos is kind of rude in the middle of the courtyard. And Bread is going directly for a Gina, probably off the fact that we have flippers and no money, so might be looking to try and find that cash for Zora on the same trout. And that's the Bombos medallion on Desert Ledge.
Interesting. We'll see if that becomes an issue, or if we even need it, but not a bad start.
And Jetto Man is going up the mountain with that glove from Kakariko Village.
Honestly, I saw Jetto's palette swap, and I was thinking we were in Dark World for some reason. And you know, you're talking about that money, and Bread getting a 300 out of a Gina.
That's a big pull for going that way.
Yep.
You also like seeing these armor upgrades early. Let's be completely honest. This is a mode where, especially in co-op, this is a mode where that armor helps.
Yeah, and what you're seeing
is...
Yeah, what you're seeing also is, like, Orange, you know, pulling everything out of the well. This is one of those modes, like, if we were doing co-op AD, you might just say to your teammate, hey, don't worry about this chest, you only need this one or these two chests. In this kind of setup, what you will see teams say is, yeah, the other stuff is not, like, super important, but you should probably just get everything. You know, a heart piece is massive.
Joe Man taking a nice quick hover across to get that blue potion. You know, we're talking Open League, and I know for a fact 3 of these 4 runners can hover.
I mean, it's one of those things that I think a lot of people don't realize how common a skill it is now. I think it's kind of gotten this reputation as, like, you know, a few people, but realistically, there is a lot of people in open and invitational leagues that it is just a common skill anymore. And, you know, you kind of just gotta say, like, don't assume.
And we're getting... Why is that fair?
I mean, I've seen worse spots for that kind of stuff to happen, but yeah, that's a start.
I mean, rollers can make some really nasty spots. Heads up play by TJ to be trying to knock these mini helmets into the pit with that hook shot.
Yeah, good work on those. Not even
Mini helmets
using.
are probably the worst enemy you can get in there.
I was going to say not using a single bomb, but not having a single bomb. We were limited.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, another 300.
Might be able to get enough cash for Zora, maybe. We found a hammer over in Paradox. We have Dark World access.
And no swords.
There's one of those in Paradox too.
Oh, sure.
We were distracted by those mini helmets, and Jenna's got a sword. This Randomizer
and Orange is going to be joining.
This Randomizer is actually being a little more rude than some I've seen. There's a lot of late game enemies out here.
I really like the fact that we saw like different ways around that roller. TJ going with a, let's just walk around it. Brad instead saying, yeah, I'm just gonna go and hook through it. But once again, we're seeing, good hook shot strats. Unfortunately, Brad not able to dash that pit. We had TJ set up the water walk here, and that looks like it was arrows on the BMOS.
I really can't tell. There's a BMOS in the way. Ooh, there's also half magic in Paradox 5.
Okay. I mean, no boss is a problem anymore.
And we have Mitch in Tower of Hera. So this seat is now very, very, very open.
I mean, we have had some go mode swords this week, so we've got a ways to go here, folks.
It is not a fun go mode.
No. I will also point out that Bread actually has the money.
Yeah.
For Zora. Meanwhile, TJ is still short.
Really good, careful fight from Jetto to get that cold stare down.
Yeah, I mean, but between having the half magic, that's still a dangerous fight. That would have been Oko to the Puffs, even with Blue Mail there, only on 4 hearts.
I think taking the Icicle put him in Oko.
Yeah. The Icicle will still do 1 heart of damage on the Blue Mail, but the Puffs will do 3 hearts. Orange going for that hook speed Harapot.
TJ can get Zora, just has to make a couple of trips. This is terrible. Look at this Zora's region.
I will say, for TJ, like, dashing along the water there, probably should have stayed up to the grass, would have worked out a little bit better. This is one of those things where, like, this is the invitational NMG side of me kind of coming out as like, you don't want to be crossing between grass and water there. You really lose a lot of speed. Brett also getting those bomb and arrow upgrades out of the Luck Fairy. Really, I love that play in this mode. It is a resource hog. Yep.
There was a practice seed I did that buying a resource upgrade would have been a huge benefit because Vitreous up here on Tower of Hera with a fighter sword sucks.
Yeah. I mean, most bosses in this room are not great.
I know, Moldorf's pretty nice. Orange, out of magic, switching to the hammer.
Has a hit to give as well, but cannot take a fall here. Would not have the magic to finish this fight.
Also, falling I've actually found falling is not a fun thing with this boss. So.
And unfortunately, this last puff is just saying, neener, neener, neener.
Now in Oko, to the puff.
Yep.
And gets it down.
Really strong fight there from Orange.
Oh, Jetto didn't have the money for Moon Pearl. Had to come back to get some money.
Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Like, Obviously, TJ has to go up the mountain to get mitts and the powder and the hammer and the sword. But unfortunately for Jetto, that's just a trip that can't be done. Like,
now
that's a
Jetto,
wasted trip now for Jetto.
I mean, it's not completely, because Jetto, if anything's in Hookshot Cave, it's a wasted trip. Also, we got a free bug nut.
I think the worry is just like, imagine if TJ finds anything of value up here and Jetto just has to come back.
Like a bow. Mostly a bow. A mirror?
A mirror. A flute. A red cane. Like, you know, we didn't get to see necessarily what our Dark World stuff was. I know at least Jetto or somebody might have done the check. But it might have been a little quick.
Well, we at least have a crystal here in...
But I'm guessing we're about to see it from Orange. Okay, we've got Green Pendant Pod, Pendant Thieves, and
I missed Reds.
Yeah. I think we have the Reds in, actually, Light World between Hera and Eastern, actually.
That's incredible.
So yeah, we need everything, folks. Pod, the one thing we can actually get away with not needing in this seed is a bow.
Yeah, because we don't need a bow. We don't necessarily need a bow to beat Eastern. Actually, we just don't need a bow. It's a logical weapon, but we don't need it.
Yeah, kill rooms are one of those, or kill enemies are one of those unique things that cannot be weapon specific under the current randomizer rules. We are seeing DDM here from Orange. So far, I don't think we've found anything. But we're about to get those 4 items in Hookshot Cave, and this is really where the question is.
I don't like that guy over there.
The Anti-Fairy, at least we have the powder, and it's really localized. It's actually got a consistent pattern, so as long as you hookshot the top of that chest, you're fine. And also, so far, they're just... No. And Hookshot Cave is dead. So no worries for Jetto with that one.
Going to be getting a quick check of the... We need a Quake Medallion for the TR entry. We need everything. Going into the back of Skullwoods here for Jetto. And
yep, there's a boss.
Give us a south entry.
I don't hate it. Honestly, could definitely work from there into Village of Outcasts.
Might find some tools
knowing
to
what
make this back easier.
I mean, here's the thing: is like Jetto is being a trooper heading into the back of Skull Woods. I'll be honest. There's a lot of bosses back here that I just don't want to face on Fighter Sword 6 Hearts.
Most of them?
Yeah, most of them.
Entries here would be catastrophic.
We did get the Quake Medallion, by the way, in Hype Cave. So there is one of our medallion needs, and we know where the third one is. So
we do.
Either way, we're set on the medallion front. And
so,
hey, this boss, yeah.
The one boss I'd like to finish here right now.
That one boss is trying to cover its weak point, but yeah, not happening.
I ignore the fact that Boulder doesn't know what to do with this floor. To be fair, neither do runners usually.
Unfortunately, that Octorok playing massive defense for Bread, and yeah, just like, okay, I'll break out the Fire Rod.
Didn't really want to. He knows he's got a cold start to deal with. He wants to
yeah.
as possible.
Really heads up play from Bread, but yeah, the other piece of that, of course, is, you know, you saw Bread set up the bomb jump in Hera, and you might have been like, well, he set it up perfectly. I saw it. It looked great. Randomizer has a very nasty property where the bomb jumps get really, really messed up by enemies in the rooms.
Most commonly, flying enemies.
Yes, flying enemies are notorious for destroying your ability to do bomb jumps. In many cases, you kind of have to take alternate strats, or so in this case, you know, Brett has the hook shot to get over to it. Really good cold stare so far, and I think we're gonna have all 4 runners just, you know, get through the cold stare fight. And I'll say, I think Bread's actually our most well-equipped, just in terms of health.
This screen is absolutely tame on Orange's side.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's not a terrible hammer pegs. I'm used to like some kind of like BMOS and roller, and there's the mirror.
That's a big mirror find. Have I told you about the one where it was 4 rollers all going inward?
I can imagine.
It wasn't fun. I mean, the one I had in my race with Will the other day had 3 of them, and Will and I both agreed, no.
I mean, I'm waiting to see some absolute shenanigans over by Pod in the hedge maze.
Please don't make them relive that one clip from like 4 years ago.
You know exactly which clip I'm talking about, Zeke.
Please don't make them live through that.
You and I are very aware of that one.
You were very aware of it. You were on comms for that.
I was. That was probably within the first couple of months of me becoming a commentator. We did get the Spike Cave play, by the way, from Brad Kuhn, going with that Fairy Revive in Spike Cave, able to get the chest. Only 50 rupees, and we do not need it. But, you know, another check knocked out by Bread, you know, for Uncle Routers that just allows them to kind of be a little bit safer or feel like they've gotten stuff done. That knowledge makes their lives better.
I think we might be having the Spike Cave check from TJ as well.
Yep.
And, well, normally I'd say that could hurt them not knowing Medallion. They're also about to get their last Medallion once somebody goes down to Hive Cave. So... Also, I apologize if I ever called him Ped Zeppelin.
I mean, I understand. We have a second sword, by the way, on Orange's screen. I missed that. Somewhere in Village of Outcast, there must have been a sword.
Could it have been vanilla on Blacksmith?
I wouldn't think Orange would have picked up the Smith heading
Picking
into...
up the mirror, though?
I still wouldn't have gone back for Smith there. That's just me.
Might also be this brewery check. There are so many things to watch on 4 screens.
And it's very easy to kind of just get very set in watching the enemies, because they're the most interesting part of the screen right now.
Yeah.
And our boss in Thieves Town that we don't need to kill is the Moth. Easy fight.
I mean, you're in here anyways, in front of it anyways, and this boss is a joke when he doesn't have a conveyor belt.
Yeah, look how easy
Just
that
kill
was.
him.
And yes, we did also get that Cane of Samaria in chest number 4 of Thieves Town, so already the kit's just coming together. What do we need, folks? We need like a flute.
We need a flute.
We need a flute.
We'd like a bow.
Bow would be okay, but unless you get 2 bows, like...
I mean...
Hard to say.
Okay, admittedly, I keep forgetting it's Randomizer, despite the fact that it's Randomizer. And I was like, do you want a mimic clip? But no, it's...
I mean, maybe I want a mimic clip and just can't. Where are my mimics?
Ask your teammate sometime. So,
I mean, I know where he is.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he'd be able to tell you where some of the others are.
Okay. So we got Orange finishing up. Gonna head into Skull Woods as well, following Bread here. Bread's gonna have to run out, though, because...
Doesn't have that mirror from Hammer Pegs.
Yep.
Ooh, unfortunately, I think Jetto is skipping the Smith Chain path. so won't be getting that mirror from Hammer Pegs either. Unless I just missed him getting it. How many digs?
I feel... There we go. I was like, did we... Yeah. Whew. We're going to have simultaneous Moldorm fights over there on Uncle Router's side.
Of all the anticlimactic simultaneous boss fights, Jesse. Orange is making it a little more stressful by doing spins that bounce you off of Moldorm in the
I gotta be honest, like, neither fight is nice. Oh, and there's the insult to that fight, by the way, that we missed on Jetto's side. The compass was on the boss.
That's a nasty chain chomp. Right at the end of the Eastern Dark Room.
And yeah, unfortunately, Jetto did skip pegs, so no mirror knowledge. And, like, I don't... You know, TJ's gonna have to head back there eventually. But, yeah, that's not convenient. Oh, there was our Sword and Height cave.
Oh, we missed out talking about the Quake. Now, this is actually a room that is traditionally horrible when you go into it.
And I like the fact that we've got Orange just going right back up the mountain. Like, I've done the mountain checks. Like, we've done the mountain stuff. I'm going to head back up there, and I'm going to beat TR. Like, this is a fully clearable dungeon. There isn't a boss that we can't kill. We've got the mirror to check Mimic Cave. Like, there's everything you could want for this dungeon.
Yeah.
Like, maybe the boss isn't great, but that's about it.
I mean, again, there's one clear worse boss that these runners could run into at this point. And that is Vitreous.
I was going to say, I think that's the one, but...
What else would it be? Armos Knight?
I mean, Blind's not a friend.
I mean, that's because Blind's not a fun boss fight anywhere.
Sure he is. Blind is great in vanilla.
You mean when you could script it?
Yes.
Do you not enjoy winging your blind fights? Speaking of Vitreous, there's a Vitreous on the... That is not so much fun for TJ on Fighter Sword right now.
No, gonna exhaust as many bombs as possible. Realistically, that only chips away a little bit of the health of this boss. And I'm gonna say, TJ getting really high up there with those bomb throws. Not able to maximize as much as possible to go through all of the bombs, and oof.
I would...
Oh, and this is where this is roughly the strat you want to take is, you know, chip away at the corners.
Yeah.
One of the worst, or one of the more dangerous rooms of TR, by the way, on Orange's side, completely reduced to nothing. Right crystal, or right roller room is just not scary. And it looks like Jetto's actually going to join Orange up in TR.
That could be very dangerous, actually.
And yeah, I mean, look at that. Jetto without a mirror heading up there. You know, this is a... I am concerned for Link Floyd right now.
I will say, I'm loving the slow patience out of TJ right now.
I was going to say, when does... I was waiting for TJ to pull out that hammer, because I'm just like, you can get a lot more out of this fight with the hammer than anything else.
I think TJ was trying to reduce number of eyes flying at him. And now... The
problem is like, you could definitely do better at the start of the fight, because the eyes... Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no!
And he doesn't have a fairy. That was tragic.
And that's
Bread
one of those fights. Yeah, Bread going with that Smith chain play. I really like it. We're also going to see the Magic Bat here. But yeah, unfortunately for TJ, like, that's one of those fights that if you're not as I don't want to say it's practice, but like it's a second stage vidi that you don't see a lot from runners, because it's very rare, and unfortunately TJ's equipment just isn't great for that.
There's that ether medallion for Link Floyd. I forgot it was in Saha's closet.
Yeah, and I mean, understandably at this point, you know, Orange has gotten those 2 medallions. Bread's kind of just stayed away for a bit. I feel like there's a good chance Bread does do the Eastern play we just saw from TJ. Or actually, no, Bread's going to go into Swamp here probably.
Yeah, no, Bread's going to Swamp. There's no question here. It's the most item-dense play, and it's full clearable. And pointed
out by more guy in chat, we had a shovel on the bat. So we're going to get a few extra checks here from Bread. Not only are we going to see K45, but we're also going to see Dig Spot.
TJ had to go buy bombs from the bomb shop to be able to get Hype Cave even. That's the unfortunate of how that Vitreous fight is resource exhaustive.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I think, you know, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, no, the bombs are great. I mean, limited value in this mode, it really comes down to if pod is required. Unfortunately,
really
green pendant pod.
If anything, if the flute is on green pendant.
Oh, and apparently we got another bow on Catfish, so...
That would have helped.
Yeah. So realistically, Jetto doesn't get the silver. There's no way Jetto gets silvers in this race.
Let's be realistic. At this point, I don't think Uncle Rars are going to go to Catfish.
I mean, if they keep finding the kit, like, as soon as they find that flute, they're set.
And unfortunately, Link Floyd has to find the mirror. And that mirror is in a tragic spot for their routing.
That is not silver knowledge for Link Floyd, by the way. Jetto does not have a bow, I think.
Yeah, no, Jetto does not. Jetto has a bow. He did go all the way up to...
Oh, did he? Is that how we know that? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Jetto
yeah, we're not gonna get that Mimic Cave knowledge. Like, there's a chance that TJ gets the mirror and then checks Mimic Cave if they're still looking for something. But realistically, Jetto's not going back into Turtle Rock for silver arrows.
No, I think even on Master Sword, it'd be fast from just go. Also, worth pointing out, we're already done with Laser Bridge. There's not much here, and Bread went to where we thought he would.
Yep.
Swamp.
No, it makes the most sense. They're going to
color for the lava.
Are we playing Celeste?
No,
wait, no, that turns ice. It doesn't actually go blue lava. It just becomes ice.
Hey, do you want a bad location for the blind fight?
I mean, the room's so big.
This is like my number 4 least favorite location.
I don't know. I actually really like this room for blind. It's a lot better than most of the others. Like, we don't realize how big the Trinex boss room is. There's so much space in this room, and like, it's a lot easier to dodge fireballs than other arenas.
All right. The Flute and Swamp, Uncle Rars is in no mode.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and now you're gonna, it's like, for Brett, it's like, okay, definitely not going to do left side now.
Or Catfish.
Or Catfish.
Now all they really want is another sword to show up. Anywhere on the path. I mean, we like that too.
Cape's not half bad.
We do like Cape in this game. TJ needs to go to... I think TJ's going to Skull here. Has Orange picked up his flippers? Oh yeah, that's right. That's where the flippers are. What a convenient spot for those. Hey, you want another bad Vitreous location?
I mean, it's not much better or worse than the first one.
I'd like to point out, Brent has not got the hype cave yet! Meanwhile... Ooh. Jetto did make use of that fairy he caught coming up on Blind. That Blind is just not a fun fight if you can't script it, let's be completely honest.
Nope.
Also, while our runners fight their bosses and such, hypothetical question for you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Which boss room is worse for Blind? On ice, on conveyor, or on Vitreous slime?
What do I have available? And unfortunately, Bread takes a death there. I would have said for Bread, like, please go to Hype Cave and get that sword before coming back in here. Like, you've got a cape. You can completely cheese Viddy if you just get that sword.
Yeah, this is a...
Cape, Magic, and Master Sword is so much better than bashing your head against this fight.
Yeah. And I thought Moldorm got stuck in the first few fights. That was terrible for Moldorm. Moldorm somehow got stuck just south enough in the Skull's room. He got stuck between a spike block and the solid block. Yeah.
I mean, what I will say is, like, you know, for all the issues of Bread taking that death, they are in... Uncle Routers are in control right now. Not going to deny that.
You mean since I think this is about to be an Ice Palace play for TJ?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not.
Potion refill? Potion refill.
We'll say I would hope that Orange skips swaps to just slashes, but yo, perfectly fine.
I mean, just enough magic to get through that. Alright, fewer eyes, a little more under control for Red here. I mean, take advantage of...
Yeah, you're taking really good advantage of that moment for Bread. Really nice on the refight. Great bullying of the main eye here.
What a stun lock, too.
Yep.
That was a beautiful second attempt from Bread.
That's the thing. I feel like for Bread, it's, you know, that first fight, like, really pisses him off, and then, like, just comes back in here. He's like, this is how I can do this. Like, I've got this in the bag. It's just I'm more annoyed with myself.
I mean, you and
like,
I.
That's what that says to
with
me.
Pride.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a moment of pride for Bread. Was like, I'm not happy that I messed up the fight and should have had that kill first time.
TJ, try and figure out what to do about this big yellow spike.
I gotta say, what? Oh, and Brett has to go buy bombs.
Well, he used them all on the Vitreous.
Oh, that's probably why we didn't actually get the sword. Never mind. That makes a lot more sense.
So what's the funny joke of the day? Vitreous.
Yep.
We
have to get bombos.
Well, luckily, that just happens to be right there.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, at this point, like, Uncle Routers are cruising, and unfortunately, like, Link Floyd is gonna just go with, trying to play through most of this fight, or most of this these dungeons in full clearing them.
Can we talk about how bad this pre-icebreaker is?
It's something. It wouldn't even be that bad. It's just the fact that, like, the pot skull enemy completely is playing defense from getting past the yellow spike. There we go. TJ being resourceful and getting around it.
Lee versus Meyer 2. How fun.
Bread is going to get a potion right now. I think Bread did skip the second bottle inside Spec Rock.
And the one in Spiral Cave.
Understandably so. And are we going to get follow the leader? No, we're actually going to have Bread hit up Ice Palace first.
And unfortunately, we've got Jetto going for Green Pendant Pod.
Yeah, that really is. Here's the biggest problem. Both of them have skull. Like, one of them had to hit those hammer pegs, and because neither did, I just don't know when you do.
Yeah. This is a blistering pace from Uncle Routers.
Oh, hey, we're getting the big bomb.
Yeah, I saw Jetto turn around and realized he has Eastern and Hera done.
Brad gonna have to be a little careful here. Down to 2 hearts. We'll likely engage the cape. Although, hey, full health. Or almost full health. I mean, we still got problems here, Zeke. We have not seen a Trinex yet.
Are you thinking about our good friend down in the bottom of Games Tower?
I
don't wish that on anybody, but that's a distinct possibility.
We all saw it. And that's a book in Pyramid Fairy. That's going to send Jetto even further away
That's going to send Jetto
from...
to get the Bombos medallion.
Yeah. And to possibly do desert.
Well, it's now another dungeon to clear. But first, he's going to go do the 6-item pod to play. Hey, remember why I asked about Vitreous on Slime? Not Vitreous, Blind on Vitreous Slime.
I mean, look how easy the fight is. I don't know what you were saying, that the fight was dangerous.
Yeah, imagine if you didn't have a cape.
What? No. Cape's always available, right?
Having had cape on this exact fight before. So, you're always wondering, is our good friend here in the Ice Palace pre-boss room?
Apparently, the Wallmaster buddy is not here. The bigger issue is the fact that that skull is like, I want to say hello. Hello, TJ.
Oh, brains from the 1.0 hit, too.
And those skulls do a lot of damage.
I believe it would have done 3 on this blue mail we got. Well, I do love that color palette from Argus. That is beautiful.
It looks like that Argus has adapted to its environment.
It looks like ice cream. That skull is now 0 for 2 on hitting people.
Oh, Brad Kuhn showing off there with the triple to start.
Brett may be the newest runner of this group, but he has put in a ton of work.
Yep. Really, also those close doubles, like, really just not even flinching at some of those. Real strong fight there for phase 1. TJ had a good fight. Bread's fight has just been stellar. Really just making up time along the way, and has just made it look easy.
Got the swag ice rod kill on Argus on ice. Have we seen any duplicates? Have we seen all our duplicates now?
We had duplicate. Yeah, we had duplicate Vidi. We had duplicate blind. Did we? Wait. Yeah, we had 2 blinds.
Yeah, because TR and
Meyer and TR. Who's the other duplicate we've had?
I'm trying to think if we've had the other duplicate. I don't think we have yet.
No, I know we've seen a Moldorm, we've seen an Argus, we've seen a Moth.
Has it occurred to you we have a very high chance of Helmosaur in the Moldorm 2 arena?
I mean, Zeke, you're talking about Randomizer GT. There's always a Helmosaur in the climb.
I know.
It's one of the least original ideas I think I've ever heard. No offense.
I mean, granted, I've played at least one seed where it went for something original, but 2 Helmosaurs in the GT climb. And let me tell you, Helmosaur in the Land Mode 2 arena sucks. There's so much lag.
Yeah, no, all bosses are bad in that arena. Like, everybody talks about how bad the Skull arena is. I would almost be willing to say that the Land Mode 2 arena is actually one of the worst arenas in the game. Underrated for how bad it is.
I mean, I'd say I still think the Skullwoods worse from the fights it gets. Like, blind in the Skullwoods arena is terrible. This is just such a cut and dried thing to watch. We're just talking Randomizer in general. Okay, well, really good fight on Vitreous here.
Yep, having that cape and the bow, this is child's play for Orange. Like, this is just straight up, let me work through it, and that's already 46 minutes in, and Orange has 6 crystals with just an Ice Palace left.
Uh-huh.
Like, Orange is blazing a trail, and, like, it's really unfortunate because what we're getting here is Link Floyd is clearing a lot extra.
Sometimes you just gotta go where the items are. TJ, back for revenge.
Yeah, Master Sword making this a lot easier.
Again, really good patience here. Because unlike the other fights we've seen with Vitreous, no cape to make it easier. We've not seen a Helmo, we've not seen a Landmo, we've not seen an Armos, and we've not seen a Trinex. We've mostly been seeing the middle of our Dark World bosses.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're joining us a little late on this race tonight, this is the Open League, part of our GT division. Both these teams have clinched playoff spots. What's on the line tonight is seeding. Uncle Routers, with a win, would seal up the #1 seed in their division.
No, they wouldn't.
The division. No? I thought Uncle Routers winning gives them division crown over Joy of Roundo. Is this a double side where, like, it also matters on the race over
on the SpeedGaming 2 race? Yes.
Okay. If you didn't know, there's a race on our sister channel SG2 between Where's My Meme Item and Smells Like Troll Seed. That race is also in the GT division. Where's My Meme Item also is in the playoffs. Smells Like Troll Seed is looking to just having a fun time tonight.
But that race actually determines if Uncle Routers wins. Whether they win or not depends on the outcome of that race. Because if Meme wins, the tiebreaker actually goes to Joy of Rando.
Okay, interesting.
Because Where's My Meme Item actually swept Uncle Routers.
Ah, yes.
And here's
So yeah, this is a seeding race for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you on your statement, but
I thought it was so much simpler than we were getting into here tonight.
Oh no, this is remember I've taken the last like 3 days figuring out this tiebreaker.
Yeah, this has been a complex division. Let us just say that the fact that 4 teams came out of GT tells you a lot. The way that the Open League works is the top 2 seeds of every division are guaranteed playoffs. After that, it becomes the next 4 best records in the conference get playoff spots. So there are 4 wild cards. It doesn't necessarily go to the 3rd place teams from every division. In this case, the 4th place team in GT is taking an extra spot. The division that lost out, I think, is Turtle Rock.
Yeah,
looks like Turtle Rock is the division that only got to will be sending 2 teams into the playoffs.
Part of that's because their 2 teams going to playoffs went 12-2 and 11-3. Which,
yeah,
yes, we sent 11-3s, but there's a lot of strong plays here. Palace Darkness not turn up anything, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, maybe we get a sword, but that's really it. Maybe an armor upgrade, but yeah. Breadcoon, unfortunately, having to redo that style poster room, missed the big key on the right side. A little bit of a miscommunication, it sounds like. Must have happened there on Uncle Routers.
Must have. And that's 7 crystals for Orange, so real quick while he's climbing the mountain.
Are we going to see a sub-hour Randomizer? I mean, I think we need a sword to make that happen.
I think we're going to miss the sub-hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, if we had another sword, maybe...
I think it would have to pretty much be sword and GT Big Key in Hope Room right now.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, this is... It could be a scary GT. Like, we could see Orange, run into that Ice Trinex. Realistically, though, what I would do if I'm Orange is I would DM and then go full left. Delay Ice Trinex, the Ice Boss in general, as long as possible. There is no reason to head to Ice Boss. You have such a lead on your teammate right now. You wait.
That cape is paying dividends right now.
Yeah, the best item we could have ever gotten. We have a cape and half magic. And the other part of this is I don't think... I mean, Bread might still get the bow, but... I don't know, there's less bosses I'd even consider it.
I know. If you're on the potential of Master Sword fight, I'd maybe consider grabbing the bow just for a helmet on top of the tower.
Yeah, that's probably about where I'm at as well.
Alright, yeah. GT. GT is kind of Randomizer's great equal. That's a wall master room he's not normally in.
I mean, just one room over, he just expanded his domain a little bit. He was like, why am I limited to only the full right side? Give me Hope Room. I want it. I deserve Hope Room. I mean, if this is going to be a Master Sword Silverless Ganon, by the way, what we can say is that is a long fight, and there's the red mail for Orange. That's a great find. I doubt Bread's going to pick up red armor. There was nothing else on this side of GT.
So, now we just go down the left side.
Yep.
And we hope to see not that Ice Trinex.
That is the goal.
Unfortunately, I believe it's still statistically more likely to have Ice Trinex than any other boss on Ice. I can't remember if they fixed that bug that was found a while ago.
I'm just thinking of, like, the bosses, like, that we haven't seen, We also haven't seen a Landmo yet, and Landmo is similarly limited. Like, Trinex and Landmo share very interesting, The top of GT is definitely looking to be Helma. I will be shocked if it's not Helma there.
Yeah, same.
Oh, really nice, Bimos.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That actually is one of the worst Randomizer placements I have ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot. Warren's having fun with missing an item that we usually have for these rooms. We don't have Boomerang. That's what Game Smart is for.
Meanwhile, Bread into crystal number 7.
Already got the right side check.
Unfortunately, Jetto did Smith and didn't check hammer pegs.
He's probably gonna do hammer pegs when he goes to get purple chest.
I understand that. Unfortunately, I have to say, it's a mistake. Like, if you haven't checked it and you're gonna do the check, I feel like you have to do pegs before you get the Smith.
I would agree. Armos Knight's in the pod, so there goes another one.
That's one of our ice bosses. And like we said, we still have duplicates. We have a duplicate we haven't seen.
One.
But who is it, and what's Orange about to run into?
I'm going to be completely honest. This is a Trinex. This is
I'm
not a loadout you want a Trinex on.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zeke, I'm in total agreement with you, and I do not envy any of our runners if we can't get another sword before then.
I mean,
like, even Tempered Sword Ice Trinex is bad. Who do we have?
Did he get through?
Oh, no.
This is
Zeke,
wild.
I don't have a strategy. I just don't.
No, me either. I struggle with this boss on ice. He has a fairy. I don't even think that fairy... This is disgusting. He doesn't have a magic refill. Does he have a magic refill in one of those 3 bottles?
I don't know what Orange is carrying. Either way, this is... You know...
He's leaving.
I respect it. Like, okay,
He's
let me see if I can get away with... Yep. Here's the thing, like...
Ice Trinex is the great equalizer.
Like, I'm wondering where a sword is, but unfortunately, like... Like, Jetto's...
Thieves Town?
Jetto's got that mirror, is gonna go into the swamp play. We didn't see a sword in pod or anywhere that Link Floyd cleared. Like, that was my thought. It's like, maybe there's a sword somewhere, but they didn't find one.
Yeah, no, there's not a sword in the Pendant Dungeons unless it's in the back of Thieves Town right now. Alright, moment of truth. Is this the big key? Or a sword? It is not. It's...
Oh, no.
This is not great.
Zeke, chat is reminding me that, you know, I was the one who was on the call earlier this week for the Terrible Ice Trinex. And I'm just...
By Terrible Ice Trinex, do you mean the one with... Do you mean the Faker Junior Phase Race?
Yes! I was one of the comms on that one.
Oh no!
I feel so bad that, like, I didn't come another race since then, and I come back tonight, and what happens? Another Ice Trinex.
I'll take the blame. I asked you to do this with me.
I know. I just still feel terrible.
Well,
buckle in, folks. We've got...
Buckle up!
Yeah! We've got a ways to go.
Because
Not gonna lie, folks.
I'd like to point out, Orange has 7 hearts and red mail. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable doing trials on that.
Nope.
That Wallmaster's mean too. Oof. Gets bounced around on the ice.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you ask me going into a race, like, what do I want for an Ice Trinex? I'll tell you, like, I want at least a Tempered Sword. Like, I have not seen a lot of people do this fight with less.
Here's the thing. I know for a fact that Orange has done it with less than this before. But it wasn't pretty. I think that's the last fairy. I think Orange is on a trip back to the beginning. Orange is leaving. It's potion time.
Yep.
Orange is going for the blue potion.
Yeah. And can also, we got the bug net, so could also get some free fairies.
Thing is, even if TJ and Jetto get to the GT, they still also have to deal with this Trinex.
Yep.
For the record, there's also the rest of Mire, the rest of Swamp, and the rest of Ice that can have this. Actually, not even the rest of Ice. The rest of Mire and Swamp that can have this sword.
By the way, in a just a crazy situation here, Orange has bottle percent.
Yeah, the co-op Randomizer.
Yeah. Bread, meanwhile, as at, I believe, 2 bottles.
I think he's at 1. Do you think TJ has a vendetta against these Vitris, by the way? Today?
I mean, at a certain point, doesn't everybody?
Hey,
and I mean, here's the thing, like,
cake dashing we talked about?
Yeah.
We're finally getting some.
See, the thing is I don't even think I would say cape dash. I would just say park yourself right in front of the big eye and just slash. Slash like a crazy person and just go, die, all you eyes.
Part of what makes this Trinex fight so difficult is the ice makes it so hard to make any momentum.
Hey, we got a head down.
Red has a head down. Oh, but Bread doesn't have a fairy, and we're going back to the beginning. Nope, Bread has 1 fairy. Bread had 2 bottles. Okay. Come on, Bread. Don't run out of magic.
There's the ice head down, but...
Alright, this is not over yet. We are very, very scary right now.
Yep. I will say, Bread does have that red nail, but... Oh!
Just get stuck on this ice.
I will also point out the 3rd member of Uncle Router's Hitman is in the chat tonight and saying, you know... I really feel for them, but I'm happy I'm not playing this.
Well, I know for a fact Randomizer and Hitman do not agree. So, I'm pretty sure Hitman has been playing this in League for 3 seasons with variations of this team, and has avoided Randomizer every single time.
Have to say, so far, Bread having the strongest of the Ice Trinexes. Just unfortunate it didn't go the right way. Gonna try to rebuild the magic bar. Part of me would say, like, just go back to the left side.
Same.
Like, get your magic from here, but, you know, go full left after that. But we've got Orange back in here.
You know what I think needs to be done with the seed, Jesse?
Give it
GFE
to your worst enemy. I was gonna say, I saw GFE here in chat, and I know GFE is a big proponent of Randomizer. I gotta wonder if GFE's still here and would love to play this seed someday.
Actually, there are people in this community who like to play garbage seeds. We can send it to them.
But I will say, Orange making really a good effort here on this fight. Had a red potion, just used it, nicely done.
Has a blue potion in the bag as well.
And I think a fairy.
Gets the dodge!
Very, very smooth there.
That center head is playing defense, though. But I think the center head can't stop it this time.
Nope. Down goes head number 2 on Orange's side. Just has to... Yep. And still has a blue potion. Gonna go for a spin here. Got a spin. There's a start. But I will say, if Orange can get through this fight on the second attempt, or on this attempt, like,
yeah,
really looking good. Nice.
Really
good
nice
use of
movements.
The boots. Yep.
Oh no, I think that's a death.
Do we have another fairy? We have another fairy!
He has 4 bottles, I forgot about that! I think Orange is through now. We're through!
That's it! Orange got through the fight!
I feel bad saying it like this on the, since it's not the end of the game, but please get some GGs in chat for Orange getting through that fight!
We got a heart. We got a big key. Do we get a sword? No!
We don't get a sword for our troubles.
Where are the swords?
Left side swamp or the top of GT?
I mean, we know Orange is gonna check those chests for swords as well.
And the thing is...
Oh no! Bread getting wall mastered there before that wall master finally getting some revenge.
I mean, that's not what you want to see happen.
No. Like, that's the thing, is that you're already probably a little bit... You know, there's a stress to this, like...
I know these runners. Bread's probably not happy about how his seed's gone. DJ Jetto is trying to catch up. Orange was now probably the first person done. Because,
yeah, I mean...
we're through the fight.
Well, and that's the big thing here. You know, we talked about this, or I talked a lot about this in that previous race we were discussing between Hime and Motabashin for Invitational. And what happened there is Faker Jr. was the one runner to get through that fight in a timely manner. And what Faker Jr. did in that race was give FaZe a massive cushion.
I mean, I'm used to seeing some races with one runner having a massive cushion given for the other. I mean, heck, I benefit from one last year.
Like, you know,
But
if
that is the
I will
biggest question
say,
I've
like,
seen.
Bread still has time.
Yes.
Like, Bread is clearly in second right now, so it's not a big thing. But like, what we're saying is, like, even if, okay, Orange is gonna finish this seed first at this rate, let's say somehow TJ and Jetto pass Bread. You know, heaven forbid that's what happens. What you still have to deal with is the fact that time that Orange finishes is the time that whoever is third would have to be Bread by. That is a lot of, those minutes are going to pile on.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, Helma. Hey,
We knew you were here somewhere.
are we at that's a highly original idea of 2 Helmas in here?
You know what I will point out, by the way, is I know, like, you know, we have Orange being the first one to get through this Ice Trinex. I've got to say, watching Bread's Ice Trinex fights, though, has really been something. His fights are very meticulous. He's taking his time on it, and, like, every time, he's getting down to phase 4, or the last phase of this Ice Trinex. Like,
Problem is that Ice Trinex second phase is terrible on ice.
Yeah.
It's the momentum on ice that's so hard to work with.
Yep.
And you don't want me out of fairies going into this phase 2.
Well, got the refill right as... The problem is, I think you can't go for the double spin here. You have to let this go. And I think that's what Bread's finding is, like, I don't have a fairy to eat.
There's no way to move.
No. Yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yes!
Sometimes you can just learn. That was smart.
Yeah. Technically, Trinex got out of bounds, and that is enough to trick the game into thinking Trinex is dead. It's part of the reason why the vanilla Trinex arena in TR is such a large room, because Trinex can get off screen. And it's not an issue then. But in a lot of the rooms we put him in, especially the 2 GT boss rooms, the Landmo 2 room and the Ice Trinex or the Ice Armos room, he can get off screen and trick the game into thinking he's dead.
Sword.
We got a sword? Oh, baby.
Did
And Orange
bomb himself into the pit?
Yes. Orange has bombed himself into the pit.
Also, I told you, highly original idea of putting 2 helmets in the climb.
Yeah.
Be careful, Orange.
Good kill there at the end.
Tempered sword in pre-Moldor. 4th sword unknown. Nasty spike, big yellow spike in the TR maze. I hate that yellow spike.
In the last conveyor room.
And for Orange, the Randomizer portion of the run is over. Because at this point,
we've kind of not talked about it a bit, but I just realized Jetto's entering GT. DJ's finishing up Crystal number 7, so, you know, Link Floyd not terribly far behind. Unfortunately, like, the that mirror just really eluding for as long as it did has really a rough layout for Link Floyd here.
And Aga 2 goes down for orange. It's time to make some bacon. Because, unfortunately, we did not randomize the Ganon boss fight to be another Ice Trinix. Why would I even say that?
Really good phase 2 there for Brad on the Helma. Orange just working through the Ganon phase 2 here, just equipping the cape and getting a nice quick kill or work through of phase 2 into phase 3.
Equipping cape. Honestly, I call that the sign of I'm done with this seed. Please, will let me
I mean,
out.
who isn't?
I mean, we've been sitting here in GT for 15 minutes.
Yep. We only had this this Ice Trinix show up a couple of times this week, and every time it did, it's brutal. You develop a lot as a player when you get to face that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Orange checking the situation goes, okay, I got this blue goo, I can go back to Fire Rod.
Alright, TJ, the first runner of... Or, excuse me, no. Jeto's in... That's how stressful this race has been. I can't keep track of anything. Speaking of keeping track, thank you to Shasta and Crazed Gamer for tracking this race for us. Where would we be without trackers, or Jesse?
I shudder to think of such a scenario.
And that's the last spin for Orange. The pig is going down. Let's get some GGs in chat for Orange. Alright. It's Ice Trinix time for Gentleman.
Yeah, and there's the moment of truth for that. And Bread did take a tumble there at the helmet. Was that an attempted hover fall, or did Bread get knocked in?
I don't know, but this is an attempted hover.
Yeah, this is definitely an attempted hover. Yeah, Orange's time was a 1:16:39.
I think that pause was... Oh!
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think that pause we just saw was a grip switch.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jetto takes a death to our good friend, the Ice Tramp. Why am I calling him a good friend? He is anything but today.
When you put the words Ice and Trinix together, you cannot use the word friend next.
Or good.
Yes.
Unless next word is... The word following good is riddance. Let's just machine gun the fire rod to get rid of this head.
I mean, you know, I can't disagree that this is a great strategy from Jetto. Unfortunately, Jetto's going to meet how this strategy does not work. Yeah, I have learned something tonight watching this race, Zeke. Trying to double spin Ice Trinix means you're going to get double hit.
Normally it's double hit for you on Trinix. No, in this case,
yeah.
You get double hit.
Yes. In Ice Trinix, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't help that Jetto went left, and, you know what Jetto doesn't have?
Red mail.
The red mail. Jetto looking for some good news by looking for a chance to say tile room's big key. Unfortunately, we know something. This Trinix is very, very required. Alright, and that's Aga down for Bread. It's time to see how Bread's bacon making skill goes. Thank you, chat, for killing my co-com with laughter. As I finally take a second to read chat.
I will say, I think Jetto's kind of waiting at this moment because it's just. I think Jetto's like, oh no. You know, you see that. Oh, Bread taking a hit.
Filled fairies in the fairy refill room.
Fairies are our friends.
How many fairy... I would like to see a fairy revive stat at the end of this race.
But yeah, to me, this looks like Jetto's kind of like, I don't want to deal with this again.
Do you?
No, I wouldn't. I understand. Like, you see that Orange has got the kill already. Like, I don't see a world where I'd want to finish this seed either.
Well, the last sword's not on pedestal.
Hooray.
I'm just trying to figure out where it's going to be. Ooh, TJ getting immediately sniped through that door. Getting some really nice triples out of Bread here.
Yep. This is the one part you can always warm up for even Randomizer seeds. Yeah, really strong Ganon kill there on Bread's side.
So get your GGs in chat for the Uncle Routers who will be taking this win. And as you'd expect from this, Floyd has opted to forfeit, and I don't think anybody in chat can blame them.
Nope. Brad Kuhn finishing with a 121.16. Yeah, once again, GG to Uncle Routers for taking this one. And yeah, TJ and Jetto just kind of saying no more. I read a little bit of the race time room, and can I just say, like, all four of them are just like, this seems terrible. But I do see we've got everybody waiting in the waiting room, so yeah, we're gonna get to interview all of them and hear some of their thoughts on this.
Maybe we should tell them to come on up. Hello.
It sounds like we have people coming up here. We've got Breadcoon, Gentleman, Orange, and TJ. GG's, everybody.
GG's all.
GG's.
I'm going to ask questions that don't have to do with Ice Trinix.
No. I want to ask the first question here. Zeke, why?
Yeah.
You all asked me to roll that.
We all signed off on it.
Yeah,
but we can't be trusted to make decisions. Come on.
I told you, but as soon as I rolled it, I am taking no blame for this.
And
you all asked for it.
And Brett warned you we were going to complain about it no matter what, so you knew this was coming.
Yep.
And it turns out you roll a jet seed with just one tiny little roadblock.
Yeah.
One tiny little Trinix-shaped roadblock?
Just like a little more like.
A little bump in the road, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got it, you know. Chat is going to say the other thing that's funny about this one, and I know we're finding minor humor here. The two teams found different bows, by the way. The one bow being Mimic Cave for Uncle Routers, Link Floyd finding the Catfish bow.
Oh,
yeah,
gross.
I didn't have mirror when I went through Turtle Rock. That sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, that mirror evaded you guys. And I know you guys don't like Smith Chain.
That's my space.
I know that you guys don't like Smith Chain, because when I used to play with you guys, I was the one who did Smith Chain.
Yeah? We told you that from day one. I still hate Smith Chain. Even if I get screwed by it, I still don't like it.
I know. But GG's to the Uncle Routers. We probably maybe know the result soon of the other one. We're not going to talk about that on this channel. So, as it stands, Uncle Routers is waiting on the meme item result to determine if they win the division or not.
Nice.
Link Floyd is waiting on the meme item decision to know if they're in third place or fourth.
Either way, finally, we've made it to playoffs.
Yeah,
4
we did-
years.
yeah, it's the first season in 4 years for you guys to make playoffs.
Yeah, we're always 1 win short.
Oh, I know that feeling. But
And can I just say, for the big congratulations to all 4 of you for being in playoffs. Your reward is a absolutely stacked Crystal Conference playoffs. I've looked at the 12 teams that are in this, and good luck to all of you.
Oh,
Hey,
yes. It's gonna be something.
Yeah.
I thought that the reward we gave these two was a absolutely terrible ice Trinex.
No. That's not a reward. That's a punishment.
Still trying to figure out what we did to you, but it'll come to me.
We made him do Smith chain.
Yeah.
Smith chain and ice Trinex.
Oh,
I mean, you made me do nothing. I willingly left the team, remember?
I will also point out, Orange, we had a great Ice Trinex kill. I like the fact that, I think between the fights, especially Orange and Bread, we saw you both learn a lot, or like discover some tactics that you might not think about. Like, oh yeah, no, Trinex, you do a double spin, you kind of get away from that, realizing if I double spin, I'm going to get double poked back.
Yeah, I haven't done Ice Trinex in like months. I'm like, oh yeah, this is not too bad. I think I've done this before.
Oh no, it's that bad.
Probably the most important thing about fighting Ice Trinex is really using the boots to dodge the head.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
We
Orange
saw
showed
a lot of
mastery
really,
that.
yeah, we saw a lot of great dashes, and of course, Bread, you showed us the alternate way to deal with phase 2 of Ice Trinex, getting him to go off screen.
And then praying you can get that big key in time.
I honestly I've never really seen that before. I'm like, oh hey, cool. I mean, I should have realized he would have chased me into the other room, but I had enough help to get there.
I mean, you've played enough no logic to know what happens when you let people leave the room.
Yep.
Things tend to follow you.
Yeah.
GG's to both teams. This was a fast seed, and then it was not.
Sprinting to a crawl.
yep.
GG's for sticking it out on the seed. It was a fun one to call. I believe Jesse and I had a great time here in the booth.
Yep.
Don't you always, though?
And I really did want to get this race on the air because it's 4 of my good friends. So thank you, Jesse, for helping me force the hand here.
No, awesome. Had a good time.
So, and of course, shoutouts to Crazed Gamer and Shasta for tracking, because we'd be lost. TJ, you're a commentator. We'd be lost.
Oh, absolutely. Without those trackers, we have no clue what was going on, and I'm not sure anyone would pay attention anymore.
So, any last words from our racers today?
Sure. Thanks everybody for putting us on. Thanks, Zeke. Thanks, Jesse. Thanks to the trackers. Thanks to Speed Gaming, and GG's, and good luck in playoffs there, guys. Give them hell.
Yep.
Yeah, GG's again, and thanks, Seed, for the spur of the moment idea to con this.
Absolutely. Again, GG's all.
Yeah, GG's. Despite what happened to me on Zero Bosses, I made it to main 30 for a reason. Trust me on this, even though it didn't look like it. I trust me. I made it to top 8 and main 30. You know, it just wasn't. I'm sure the play shows that clearly.
Your second Ventress fight in Swamp was fantastic, by the way. We're not going to talk about the first one.
I forgot I had cape. I just forgot I had picked it up like a minute ago. And I was like, oh wait, I'm a dumbass.
I swear I know how to fight Ice Trinex. I had to do it on better equipment in the main tournament bracket phase.
I mean, Orange, you had to do it on worse equipment a couple of years ago, didn't you?
Red Mail Hammer. Yeah, actually, we were on Fighter Sword back then, huh?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks for doing all this. I am gonna get some food. This is my plan.
Jesse, you want to close us out as the moderator representative?
Sure. Thanks everybody for watching tonight. It looks like the race over on SG2 is also kind of closing up shop, or there's a result coming momentarily there, if it hasn't already. I'm not going to spoil who it was in case you want to watch it back. Now, in terms of some bookkeeping, what I will tell you is if you're hoping for league stuff this week, I am unfortunately the bearer of bad news. The league is going on a bye week. What's going to happen is for the next week, the admins are going to make sure that all the ties are figured out and who's what seed and get all the playoff pairings figured out. That will be sorted. The teams will begin to start scheduling their playoff series, and everybody's got a week off. Also coinciding with that is the fact that SpeedGaming Live is the later portion of this coming week. So yeah, big bye week for everybody. A chance to practice up your playoff modes and get set for the incoming playoffs. So unfortunately, that does mean no league races this week.
There'll be plenty of SGL though this weekend.
Yes, plenty of SGL, and if you need your Link to the Past randomizer fix, that does mean there will be the on-site SGL Link to the Past randomizer tournament. I have to assume many of those races will get restreamed with live commentators from the event. So expect to see some great stuff going on there. So do watch that. And of course, all the SG channels will have great content throughout the week. For the other tournaments that are going on, I can personally say we do, of course, have that Pokemon Crystal Randomizer tournament going on right now. I've watched some of that. I'm not a Pokemon Randomizer person, but I've enjoyed watching some of those races.
I enjoyed playing in it, and I believe they're up into their semifinals at this point. So
Awesome.
The action's just getting great. I will say, the other advantage of the SGL is you can put some names to faces, or some faces to names that you've been seeing, both in the commentary booth and on players.
Yes, they will have cameras at the event, and we'll try to show the runners. It's really cool to see how they make sure that the runners don't know what's going on in a real life environment. So if you haven't seen a live racing and what's that like, it's really cool. And yes, of course, getting to see who these people are that you've been watching throughout the season, whether in the Open or the Invitational leagues. But yeah, once again, we will have a week off for the league, both Open and Invitational. Starting next week, we will get into the playoffs. And of course, what that means is Invitational, we're going to be crowning there, just a champion there. Here in the Open League, there's a lot more going on. Top 4 teams, the last 4 remaining teams in the Open League will get invitations into Invitational League Season 7. So still a lot to play for here in Open.
They can join you and me up there.
Yeah. So until then, however, have a great night, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday or the start to your Mondays somehow. And we'll see you next time. Good night, all.